Okay, I think it's all set. So second part of the lesson today, chipping and putting. We'll do about 15 minutes of chipping and then 15 minutes of putting. Tell me a little bit about your chipping background.
I actually feel like my short game, chipping particularly, is one of the better parts of my game. I feel like I'm a more natural chipper. I know I'm good at judging distances and where I need to land it and things like that. The one shot I feel like I can't hit that I'd like to work on is a flop shot. I don't really know what I'm doing technically.
Okay.
I kind of, in my head, I have an imagination of what it should be, but I don't know if that's right. So I'd like to be able to do, say, a short shot with something in the way, maybe a bunker or a lake or whatever, so that I can stop it over it, because I'm struggling on that shot.
Okay. And so in terms of your goals for the lesson, is that just the main thing?
Yeah, so if we got for 15 minutes, I'd like to learn the basics of a flop shot.
Sounds good. And then in terms of, so on the course you're comfortable with chipping longer chips?
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
use
good at pitching.
Do you use?
I mean, I have a pitching wedge, a 56, so a sand iron, and then a 58 degree wedge as well, which I guess is what I'd use for a flop shot.
Okay.
I tend to use the 56 or the 58 out of the bunkers, and then if I've got to run it, I'll use the pitching wedge.
Great. Okay, so let's just warm up. You haven't hit many chip shots today, so let's just warm up a little bit. Just do a normal chipping.
To this
chip
short
shot
one?
to that short one, yes. What's your usual miss in terms of chipping?
I tend to hit before the ball, and it a bit like that. I mean, although sometimes it doesn't go very far at all, like here.
Okay.
I'll hit like that and stub it. Like that.
I see you're gripping down on the club a lot because you're pretty tall, and that means your posture is very much like this rather than being a little bit taller. Don't feel like you have to grip down on it to control it more. Just because you're already tall and that club is probably about the right size for you.
So grip it here.
Yep. So you're a bit less over. Get in the hole. Good. Okay, so done a few of those. On that one, just because you do have some room to roll the ball and things, just do a little bit more grip. Just a little bit more forward press. And kind of hold the forward press as you're hitting through it. There you go. A lot better.
Okay. That feels better.
Yeah, that looks good. Does that feel better?
Yeah.
We'll do flop shots in a minute to just finish that pin. That one you got underneath it again. Really try to press forward and hold that forward press. Better. Weight. See how you kind of get up with your left foot on that one? Weight really stays on your left side. Okay, let's pick this up and then we'll do the forward press.
Okay. Forward press.
Sorry. Flop shots. What, do you have a 60 or is it just 58?
58 is the most lofty club I have.
So we'll have to use our imagination here a little bit in terms of pretend like there's a little bunker and we're trying to get over it and land it right about. Here. Instead of just a few feet before the hole.
Okay.
Okay, let me see what you would do and then we'll kind of work from there.
Okay.
Pretty good?
Yeah, it was a good start. They're not always that good. Take that. I'm better at this than that.
Alright, let's see what's wrong with your flop shots.
They're not normally this good. That was a bit stubby.
Well, a bit far back in that one, a little too far back in that one too. Okay, let me just kind of give you the basics of the flop shot. You understand that. So, bunker shots. Have you had a lesson on bunker shots yet?
The bare very basics.
Okay. So basically, it's kind of like a bunker shot where you're trying to get it up in the air and land soft and kind of get some spin on it. So you want your stance to be open compared to the flag where you're going.
Okay.
So your stance is going to be open. Your club face is going to be towards the flag, and your swing is going to be parallel to your stance, but you're going to keep that club face towards the flag. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've got your stance open, swing parallel to your stance, but club face towards the flag. Obviously, the more you want the ball to go up in the air, the more you're going to open the club face.
Okay.
And you really want it kind of in the middle of your stance, if not a little forward.
Yeah.
And then kind of a longer swing, but just more soft.
Yeah.
So obviously it's going to be long swing, but you're trying to go right there.
So I don't need to swing too fast. You just because I feel
No.
sometimes I swing a bit fast for it.
No, especially if you're doing a longer swing. If you swing too fast, you might miss it and
Thin it,
actually
yeah.
go pretty far, a lot farther than you want to go. So just more important things are, remember the open stance. The club face is going to be open towards the flag,
Yeah.
and your swing is going to be parallel to your stance.
Okay.
And then it's just really, it's a really big feel shot, because it's a shot that you want to hit when you need to hit it. You don't want to try and hit a flop shot just
For the fun.
because when you miss it, it's going to be a big miss compared to if you're just chipping and you miss it.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I'm sure you've seen people try and do it on the golf course if you've done it yourself. So unless you don't, only hit it if you really need to hit it. If you have to get over something, or the pin is so close to the edge that you only have a few yards to land it.
It's not a safe
and stop it.
first
No,
shot.
but it's definitely a shot that it's good for you to know, because it can save you some strokes when if you didn't know how to hit it and you're, all of a sudden you're 30 feet from the flag and you've got very, very long putt. So it's definitely a great shot to know.
Okay.
So let's
Let's try that.
kind of try that. It's a lot of information at once because it's not the easiest shot.
No, I know. That's why I want to.
But I mean, you were doing
So,
pretty good. So
stance open,
a little bit open, yeah.
but my club face
Let's
points to
have
the
you a
hole.
little bit closer to here because your feet are low.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to swing at the hole.
So swing is parallel to your feet, but club face is towards the hole. Great.
Yeah, I felt good.
Perfect. So if you want to stop even more than that, really try and open the face and be soft with your hands, be soft with your swing.
Like that.
Yeah, even softer. See how it keeps rolling?
Yeah. A bit too much on the ground there.
Yeah. So that was too forward on your stance. That was left foot rather than.
So I sort of want to be middle left.
Yeah, you probably just want to be in the middle, if not a little forward.
So
but
like that.
Not that much forward, because yeah, there we go. That's good. So open stance. Let's hit a few more. So see how your ball is still rolling a little bit?
You want to try and get it
Really
to stop
try
there.
and so this is the opposite to the normal chipping where you want your weight. When you're trying to kind of punch it and roll it, you want your weight on the left side,
Yeah.
as I was telling you earlier. But with this, you kind of almost want, really, the more you want to get it up in the air and stop it, the more you kind of want to be behind it, so that you can really get underneath.
So your body weight's behind. Yeah.
So your body weight's going to be behind, which is the complete opposite to chipping. But obviously that's a bit of an exaggeration. It depends on how much you have to fly it.
Okay, well I'll try and get this one to really stop.
Yeah, that was really good. See how that had a lot more spin on it. So open your club face even more, just to see what happens. See that?
Yeah.
So you're really going to control that shot with your club face. However much you open it is how much you want, how
So
far
even
you want
this
it
is
to
like
go.
way open.
Yeah.
That's too much.
It's too much.
Chopped it. Chopped it. Right, let's try that again. That one was I swung a bit fast on that one, didn't I?
Remember the ball's in your middle, not on your... I'd rather see even more in the middle of your stance than that. Yeah, there we go. Good.
That felt good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Does that help in terms of
Definitely,
the techniques?
definitely. I couldn't hit that one where I really wanted to stop.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right. Very good.
Whoa.
That's what I mean about
That's
that
the
shot.
miss,
When
yeah.
you miss it, it's gonna... I mean, basically you just hit that like a normal chip. As in, it went a lot farther than you wanted to, so you... So that's the other miss you get from it, is getting too much underneath or not enough.
Yeah.
But I feel like you really do, you're doing great at it. It's
Yeah, I mean it's not.
out of the last 10 shots you missed 2, so that's really good.
Yeah, it sounds
for
like a shot that you're not
flop
going to
shot.
hit perfect
Yeah.
every time.
Just practice. So see, that was just too far up your left,
Yeah.
on your left foot, so you're kind of hitting it like a run,
So like that.
kind of hitting and running it. Really get underneath. Better. You see how you're stopping it straight away on that. Although
Yeah.
you hit it a little fat, but it shows you that.
Still, that
I mean,
wasn't
that
terrible,
rolled
yeah.
2 inches. Right. That was a good one. Last one.
Make it a good one.
Yeah, the hole. Good.
Nearly.
You comfortable with that? You ready
Yeah, that
to
was
move
good.
on to
I-
putting, or do you
Yeah.
want us to do a few more?
No, definitely, that was good. I felt really good. The last few to try and make it stop was what's important.
Great.
That's a shot I couldn't hit.
Okay, just pick up your ball. You get your putter on. Get your ball. Best ones. But let me just move the camera. Do you want to focus on short putts or long putts, or both?
Long putts, preferably, but I'll happy to do both.
Okay. So you want to start with a few short ones and then
Yeah,
move on
just
to
to
long
warm up.
ones? Let me just move the camera. We'll do the short ones from here. Let me just set that up really quick.
Where would you like me to start?
We're just gonna go to that hole right there. So if you just
This one.
do a few feet, this is kind of like the stressful part when you need to make it.
The short and nasty. And do you want me to line them up as if I'm hitting a putt, or just putt?
I'd like to see you line them up and just as if you're on the golf course, so I can see your routine.
Okay.
And sorry if the camera's in the way.
No, it's fine. Do you want me to tell you where I'm aiming, or?
Sure.
Well,
Where do you see that putt?
I see it's pretty straight, maybe right edge, like here.
Okay, yeah, that's where I see it.
It's slightly uphill.
Good. You comfortable with? Do you like putting? Is that?
Like I said with my chipping, yeah, my short game is my better. I'm good at reading lines. I feel like I read greens well. My biggest thing that I'd like to work on, like I said, was long putts. Sometimes I get the pace wrong and end up really short.
Okay.
But yeah, putting and chipping is my best part of my game.
Okay. And if you miss it, what's going to be your miss? You're pulling it. You just.
It tends to be on long putts. I misjudge the distance. So like I might say I'm putting for the third one. Sometimes I'll just leave it way short and be like, whoa, what am I doing? But
Okay.
I've just misread the putt,
Okay.
the length. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. So on that one, did you feel like you missed it, or did you feel like you misread?
I just got the line wrong. I missed it. I knew it should be here from the first one, but I just hit it there.
So, for example, on that one, your feet were aimed left, and you ended up doing.
See, I tend not to really think about my feet. I just get to a comfortable width, and then I don't even really think about the aim. I use my club to aim.
Your feet were aimed left, and then you kind of didn't close.
Right.
Sort of stayed open. It's hard to feel what you're doing with putting because it's just literally a very tiny difference, especially on short putts. It's hard to really feel.
But what I'm saying is, when I think about a putt, I think about the club really, not my
So
feet.
even if we ignore your feet on that one, just your club face, you just didn't really close it. You kind of stayed open like that.
Yeah.
Instead of really going just through it like
Directly.
you did on the one before. I mean, the one before is perfectly fine, but just try and when you do miss it, try and feel why you did, so that it's easier for you to know whether it was the line or whether it was
Something else.
or maybe you're not comfortable with your line and you can unconsciously will do something funny with your hands to make up for it. Okay. Yeah, a little bit open. Let's just work on just one or two few things in the short putts, which will be similar to the long ones anyway. Let's have, especially this putter, wasn't really designed to be hit like this. So you really want it to be a little more flat than how you're setting it up. So if you're a little more flat.
Over the putt.
So you're more like this?
Yeah.
And
You look like you're over the ball
like this,
more.
yeah. So for example, when you have a ball and you drop it from your left eye, it should be hitting the golf ball.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So that kind of helps to tell you where the ball should be lined. So that ball should be.
Mine would drop if the ball was there. Mine would drop way before.
So that ball should be lined with your left eye.
That's
So
interesting.
your left eye should be right over it. But anyways, you don't have to do that every time to see,
but to imagine.
just to give you an idea that it would be nice for you to be a little bit closer, have the club face a little bit more flat on the green, and that way it's a little easier to be more straight back, straight forward. So shorter back, and then accompany the ball towards the hole.
Okay.
Which is see there are a few of these. And that's valid for long putts, or same thing for all the different putts. Yeah, a lot better. I think you'll find that you'll be more consistent if you do that, because there's less leeway for you to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the club face definitely looks a lot better. Does that right shoulder help a little bit?
Yeah, it was a good thing to think about.
Okay. Let's move on to long putt now.
Okay.
Let's go to that one right there. So if you want, just come a little closer to me. Yeah, right there is fine. So on long putts, a good exercise, because obviously you said you have trouble with the distance, so that's going to be mostly practicing. But a good drill for long putts and trying to figure out the right distance is put a tee 2 feet behind the hole. Right? And your goal is going to be to hit all the balls either in the hole or between that hole and the 2 feet mark.
So past the hole.
So you want to always want to be past the hole, because at least you're giving yourself a chance.
Yeah.
But also being 2 feet past the hole is good, because it's you're going to make that coming back.
Yeah.
So really, it's good for you to put a tee, 2 feet past the hole and just practice 50 putts and just see how many you get between that hole.
Should I do that?
Do I have one in my hand?
I've got one in my bag.
Let me do it. I'll do it here.
Okay.
I'll leave the flag in there so that we can see it better. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Let's go line it up.
So really try and make it your goal to be between that hole and the tee. The stroke is very good. Square at impact, very good. You can see on the roll of the ball. Great. Your feet are aimed left, but if that's not a problem. The result is what matters.
Yeah,
so if it doesn't bother you,
I know that's wrong. I mean,
the most important thing is going to be obviously the club face and your stroke going towards the hole. So if you want to not worry about that, that's fine.
Okay.
Just think about your alignment with your club face and your more, and then we'll wrap up. Less.
Same distance?
Yeah. So especially on the longer putts, it's even more important to think about that right shoulder, helping you guide the ball towards the hole. And again, distances is just practice, really. And every course is different, so it's not the easiest. And then,
before a round, when you play a round, how long would you spend on the putting green to get used to their greens and everything? Half hour?
Yeah, it depends on everybody, but probably half an hour putting, 20 minutes. I mean, even if all you have is 5 minutes, just go and even roll the ball, just kind of see what the green is doing.
Yeah.
But definitely try and hit a few of long putts. More important than short putts, obviously, because long putts you really want to get
gauge the speed, yeah.
The feel for it, the speed. Great. That did something funny at the end. I thought that was going to go in.
Yeah, it goes back right, I think.
Looks really, really good.
That was a bit short.
I like that your club face is more.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable now over the top of it. Feels good.
That was a little more smacked. You didn't really
Stroke it, yeah.
you didn't really take it to the hole. You kind of hit it more a bit harder. So just to wrap up putting, so just two important things just to think about is the club, so being more over your eyes, more over the ball.
So if I drop a ball, it lands on my club face.
Off your left eye.
Left eye, yeah.
No, lands on the golf ball, not on the club face.
Oh, on the ball.
Yeah. So left eye lands on the ball, so that will tell you that you're right over it. The ball should be a little bit right, rather than being in the middle, it's just a little bit to the left. That's why when you drop it.
Yeah.
And then just think about your right shoulder, so make sure that you always square impact following through. And then we didn't really get to wrap up much this morning after the range lesson because it rained on us. But what are you comfortable with everything we went over?
Yeah. We talked about having more of a solid left foot, so not turning my left foot too much or dancing on my left foot.
So if you take 3 points from this morning, what would it be? The left foot?
The left foot, more steady swing, so not swinging too fast. And then when I get swing through the ball, closing up right, so that I stop slicing
so just thinking about this.
Yeah. So my arms swing through it like that, and I full finish rather than like a.
There we go. Perfect. So just try and if you're on the golf course, wherever you are, never think about more than 2 to 3 points maximum, because then it just gets too much in your head, and it's a little harder to remember everything. Okay.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.